Hey yo, what up? It's a real spill will. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming. I'm not even really gonna hold y'all and do all this introduction stuff because everybody that's about to tune in already know who I am and what I'm about. So let's just really just get to it and let's just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? This is my first episode on my blog page on YouTube, and I'm just gonna give y'all a couple cups to sip on tonight of this real spill, and then we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we gonna close it out, and let's get on it. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now. There's a lot of things going on that's weird, and it's a lot of energy being dispersed because of fear, and everything that we going through right now in the world is it's by design. As far as like the C virus, C-19 or whatever you want to call it, and all this stuff of politics and everything going on with black people getting beaten and shot and everything. All these things I'm realizing as I'm taking my days in that everything is about fear. Like for something in the something who these people who run in the world or whatever who's controlling how everything gonna go. I'm realizing that the energy of fear is like with Freddy Krueger, not to be funny, but like Freddy Krueger, y'all remember like he only lived and existed because of fear. Like if you wasn't scared of him or anything, like he couldn't bother you. You didn't have a nightmare about him. You had to have a nightmare. The dream thing, it was a nightmare. If he didn't give you a nightmare, then you couldn't be affected by him, and he would only exist because of that. Like that's the same thing that's going on in the universe. But these people figured it out, but we don't know. We haven't figured it out. We are thinking everything is random, and we thinking everything is just happening just by chance. But no, it's not by chance. When you see, like, in my eyes, because I'm just giving y'all my opinion. We're going to have a lot of episodes when y'all chime in, but this tonight, it's about how I feel. So we just going to get it in. At the end of the day, this is how I feel. No offense to nobody who have people affected by the virus or whatever you call it. But from my perspective and what I'm seeing, from my observation, it seems like this shit won't never real. Like when I say real, I'm talking about the idea that this entity they call the C-19 is actually a virus that's spawned and it's that. No, I don't believe that. I believe that they gave it a name. Anything foreign to you scares you. So you say, oh, C-19 or whatever you want to call it. I'm saying this like this because, YouTube is kind of funny about, you using that word for some reason. I guess, I don't know. But y'all know what I'm saying. What it is y'all gave that life. Y'all gave C-19 life. Yes, y'all did. The symptoms is the same as damn near the flu. They keep making up symptoms that don't really exist, and all they doing is putting these symptoms in your head so you can start thinking about these symptoms that they told you. And now that you conjure these symptoms up and you line it up with fear, you put fear and imagination together, and you get manifestation. Like you're gonna make it come true. Like you're gonna really get these symptoms because you're so scared of it. You don't fear something you don't believe in. You only scared because you believe in it. So you're believing in it. So the more you scared of it, the more you're believing in it and you're making it real. So you're manifesting all of this. You know what I'm saying? You're manifesting and conjuring up this energy to something that you're bringing to life. You know what I'm saying? So just like when you watch like the show, people that watch American Gods, they have an internet God, they got a money God, they got a world God. You know what I'm saying? Which is the shaitan. But these gods are aware that they can't exist if they don't agitate the emotions of these people to keep them existing and keeping them relevant. And that's what they do to keep themselves existing. That's all that's going on. But it's like everybody looks at things from a ground level, but they're not looking at it from a galactic level, like outside of everything, looking in. And it's all set up. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people say, well, why would they do that? Why would they do this? I mean, like, when you get to that point, you got to ask them. I'm just telling y'all about the results that we getting from what they doing. That's really the point. Like, when you ask me why would they do that, you really swaying away from the point that people like me are trying to make when we talk about things like this. That we got to stop giving energy to everything. Even with the rappers. All the stuff going on with the rappers in hip-hop. These guys are not really having problems and going through all this dramatic stress. A lot of, like, I'm realizing, I was talking to my homeboy today, and I realized that all of this is a stage. Like, it's not a movie, because in a movie, you get to see what's going on in the crevices and the corners and everything. You get to see the backdrop behind the scenes with everybody in the movie. But not in the play. In the play, you don't see what's behind that curtain. You know what I'm saying? And you don't see what's behind that curtain. That's the same thing that's going on right now. It's one big play. Our emotions are being engulfed by things that's not real. Like, you watching 6ix9ine and Meek Mill get into a beef, right? Something stupid and silly like that. But when you watched it and if you invoked any emotion towards it, you generated energy to that situation. And you also brought them money to each other, because I think they both agreed to it. Like, people that don't like each other and hate each other can still agree to make money together. Don't get it twisted. Don't invest your emotions in this show that everybody putting on. This is literally, when people say this world is fake, they not talking about in the idea sense of it's fake. It's not fake in the sense of it's not real. It's fake in the sense of it don't exist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all creating energy to make things real that's not real. That's why when you giving energy, you running a current through it that's bringing it life. You're giving it life. Your energy is giving it life. Like, everything that this world sees, the response that you see from this world, it's based off the energy you give it. And somebody figured this out, and they are tapping into that, and they playing with us. You know what I'm saying? And when we get out of this singular thinking of, oh, the government, we got to stop that, because that's bullshit compared to the big scale of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we can't get out this hole that we in, as far as with the struggle of the black people, and, you know, we've been in slavery, we've been oppressed and everything, we can't get out of it, because we wondering, people say, well, why wouldn't we just overthrow the oppressor and take over? The reason why it's not going on like that is because the hidden hand that's running this world, yeah, I'm saying it, it's nothing to me. This is what I do. They directly in contact with whatever you want to call that dark energy. You know what I'm saying? The Shaitan, Lucifer, whatever. That dark energy is real. Like, that energy, like, literally exists, like, in real life. Like, how I'm as real as I am, or touching you and physically touching stuff, it's real. Like, people talk about good and evil, but then when they step outside and they start living, they forget that that's real. It's not a cartoon or like anything like that. It's real. And when you got a force like that, that's got his hand over everybody and everything that's successful, after he done made you seek interest and crave things that are not important, now he makes you pay for that with your soul. So he's getting your soul for free. You know, so all y'all people out there saying, oh, my soul not for sale. Yeah, it can't be for sale if it's already been sold. There's no resale on it, is what you mean. So y'all out there claiming y'all be righteous and be right and exact, y'all cut that shit out. Like, I see what all y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? I see exactly what y'all doing, and it's a big show. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I do, I just hope that people, like, you know, the people that's not like-minded like me can at least see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just going across the board and rambling on because, you know, I just wanted to get stuff off my chest right now the first time. You know, we'll have different episodes about different topics, but right now I'm just gonna go in. What else we could talk about? As far as, like, when I was talking about the C19, them 5G towers, I know 1 million people done said this on their pages, and I know that, but it's the truth though. Them 5G towers is agitating your immune system, and all the symptoms that you got, they are gonna come from that 5G tower. They start putting up around the same time the C19 thing started coming into play, and them towers, the way they set them up, it's like the energy and the radiation coming for them is way beyond what it should be to be on the human body. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because y'all thinking that it's some ghost in the air that's making you sick, when in reality, like, it don't even make sense to me for some people to believe that, because, you know, if it's people that don't eat meat right now, right? It's people who vegans, right? It's people who don't have any mucus in their body. I bet you they don't got nothing like that. I bet you they don't have whatever that ghost disease is or virus they calling. And nobody got the flu the last year and a half, huh? Nobody got the flu though. Ever since this came out, nobody got the flu. It puzzles me and it baffles me how nobody got the flu. But them symptoms of the flu is damn near parallel to what they claim COVID to be, right? It's the same shit, right? Ain't it the same shit? So how can you let somebody force your mind to go to something that didn't exist 2 years ago, and then they can give you the story about it and have you scared and have you believing and have you all in the panties in a bunch, you running around scared and panicking, where the plan was not to make you get sick off the disease. The plan was to make you get sick out of fear, because you're going to put all this stuff in you. Yo, you got to start believing how powerful your mind is, man. Yo, for real. Like, the stuff you say and how you think is so powerful. You got to understand, when you put fear at a level that's so intense, you know what I'm saying? The reality is the paradigm is gonna make it manifest itself. Like, y'all don't understand the science behind this. It's not no magic behind this. It's real. It's real. Like, this is how the universe works. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say you get what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? Stop thinking that it's cartoon, supernatural. No disrespect. You'll run and read stuff. You'll read tales from all these other books. You'll read the Bible. You'll believe it all. And that's fine. I'm not questioning nobody's faith, being disrespectful or none. But this is my point, though. You'll read that and get that from the oppressor and believe all the stories in that. You know what I'm saying? But now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people put it in perspective and they know what it is. But a lot of people don't. And for the people that don't, what you're doing is, you don't want to even listen to your own people try to tell you about your own people. I'm not saying believe all these people, because for one, it's a lot of these so-called woke people that know what's up, and they know the math behind everything. They got the science, and they hustling people too. People out here selling fake sea moss and stealing money from people, and they supposed to be out there to help their people. Because why? They taking advantage of the knowledge that they have that the other person doesn't have. They supposed to be feeding them people, but they stealing from them. You know what I'm saying? But they taking advantage of what people are seeking from them. You know what I'm saying? And that's foul. You know what I'm saying? They get it the worst way. They get it the worst way. You know what I'm saying? But y'all just keep living, man. For real. Keep living. Because this world, we in a paradigm shift. Everybody keeps saying the age of Aquarius. We technically ain't even in the age of Aquarius until 2025, if I'm correct. That's when we go into the age of Aquarius. Yes, a lot of people, they eating better, they waking up and everything, but then you got to understand, they about to start putting more pressure on us. How does we have all these, the virus is supposed to be so devastating? Walmart never really, they been at full capacity. Like, I heard somebody else say that, but yeah, I've said it too. It's full capacity over there. It's selective. We can have an all-star game. We can risk that for money. But then over here, it's a lockdown. Like, if it's this devastating, right? Let's just come on, like, let's use our brain. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but can we just breathe for a minute, sit back and think? How can you be selective on something that's killing people at the rate that y'all saying is killing people, and a panic that y'all pushing behind it? How does it make sense for them to do this, to pick and choose? And then people say, oh, because it's about the money. Well, it ain't about the money with the businesses they shutting down. You know what I'm saying? The businesses and stuff is to shut down. That's for everyday people to believe it. You see what I'm saying? The people that's in the league playing, they know it ain't real. They playing along with this shit. Oh yeah, they doing that too. Yeah, I'm talking that shit too. They playing along too. The players, yeah, you heard me. The NBA players, they all know this is bullshit, and they're doing it along with them. That's why they go able to play the games, and they gotta dwindle the crowds to make it look believable. And so when we see that, we can't say why it's not full capacity there. They gotta make it look a little believable. But the whole thing shutting down the businesses and everything and all that was for the common people to believe, for it to hit us. That's what that was for, to get us to believe it. Because once we believe it, what's going to happen? We're going to be scared. We're going to panic. We ain't going to know what's going to happen. The next day, how we going to feed our family? You see what I'm saying? Rich people don't deal with that. So the people that's already aligned with that, I'm going to break a lot of this stuff down the way I'm like not going in, the way we going to get to it. Like all my peoples out there that know what I'm about, and I'm going to get to all that. But it's just the first time. Got to like kind of scale back a little bit and just give people doses at a time. Well, actually get them a shot at a time, because this is real spill. So I got to give them a little, give them a sip at a time. They got to be able to digest that. And so when I keep going the way we going, you know what I'm saying? Then they'll be a little up to speed with the next couple episodes, or I should say cups, because this is cup 1 of real spill. So What else we could talk about? I can't wait till I start interacting with y'all. It's gonna be fun. That's my thing. I like to interact with people so we can talk and conversate and we can go back and forth. I love that. But for right now, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get off a lot of stuff off my chest like I've been doing. Shout out to all my peoples out there. They've been waiting for me to do my first blog, been getting in my head about it, telling me to go ahead and get started and stop playing. So I'm here. It's no more games from here on out. It was something else I wanted to talk about that was really on my head. Eating. I know we talk about eating good and stuff like that, but if y'all want to, like I said, you keep that mucus out your body, man. We got to be careful with the meat we eat, man. I mean, people get, everybody died their beliefs or whatever they need to eat. How vegans and they got vegans and they got vegetarians. I don't know the whole difference between them, but I know it's based on what, you know. I think one scales down a little more things that they don't eat than the other. You know, I think like one eat milk and one don't. I don't know which one it is, but I do know it's a distinction between them. But you gotta eat right, man. I know we all do some things. We all impulsive. You know, like we emotional. So that means we don't think logical all the time. So we gonna go run and eat something that ain't no good for us sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Creatures of habit. But you know, we gotta, because we aware of that, because you're like, to not know you're a creature of habit and do it is one thing, but to be aware that we're creatures of habit and not try to fix that, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got it. When you're aware of something, you got to try to fix it because you're aware now. It's the people who not aware that they got a process where they still got to become aware, but you don't have that excuse. So you got to push through and be a little more disciplined. You know, like I just signed up for the gym a few days ago. I ain't been yet. You see what I'm saying? I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. I gotta get right. Stop bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just to give y'all a prime example. I'm in that same bubble. We all gotta step it up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing this shit right here. That's why I'm even up here. Cause this is what I should be doing anyway. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know, I do my 9 to 5 work, take care of my family, but at the end of the day, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right here. This is my comfort zone. This is where I'm home at. You know what I'm saying? Besides being with my lady, you know what I'm saying? That's home. That's home. But this is my second home. You know what I'm saying? I feel comfortable talking, building, giving people information and networking with people and trying to figure out the next move, because we gotta be 10 steps ahead now. Like my dad told me last week. He said, "Yo, you gotta go for everything now. Like, it ain't no reservations no more, preserving and prepping. You just gotta jump out and go for yours. Everything. You gotta go for it all." I think a lot of us could do that, but I think sometimes we hesitant. Like me, I was hesitant. You know what I'm saying? I was hesitant, and I don't know why, because I ain't scared of nothing. It's just taking that step to be great. I guess when you really realize you can be great, that first step is bigger than you think it is. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, I'm ready for it, but damn, this is a hell of a big step. This first step ain't what I thought it was. You gotta really take that. That first step got to be, you gotta put your foot in dirt for real. You gotta get to it. So, I'm human like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm living. I'm trying to learn too. You know what I'm saying? But I say this, like, the stuff that I'm aware of, I don't see the world the same, because I know that everything that I know is not everything I was taught as a kid and growing up. Nothing's real. Like, literally nothing's real. Like, when I say nothing's real, let me try to be more descriptive on nothing's real. When I say nothing's real, I mean, like, when you watching, like, anything on TV, even when you seeing people rioting and shit like that, shit is not real. It's actors. All this stuff to invoke emotion. Why do I say that? Because when you think emotions when you evoke emotions, that's how you take energy from people. You know what I'm saying? That's how you draw energy from people. They done did the math on how we are genetically made and how we created. They know the distinction between us and every other creature on this planet. And because of that, they are dissecting us, and they're trying to draw from it to preserve their future. You know what I'm saying? I could really go deeper than this, but it just won't be. I gotta leave y'all trying to figure out what I'm saying. Anybody that know what's up, they know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck that. For what it's worth, the oppressor, the Shaitan, he know his genetic code is not up to date with the planet. You know what I'm saying? With the sun and everything. He ain't been writing exact because he ain't writing exact. He's genetically not writing exact. That's why when you deal with this motherfucker every day, you gotta deal with the attitude. You gotta deal with the hate. They don't hate you because you black. They don't hate you because you black. They hate your genetic makeup. Yeah, y'all think it's some simple shit. Y'all think it's about your color. No, it ain't about your color. Nope, they know how you made. They know the genetic makeup of you, and they know the distinction between you and them. And they don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. They do not like it. What Jamel say? Yo, shout out to Jamel. Jamel, what's it? They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like that. They want to figure out why they don't have what we have. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got all these people that got power and all them, like the royal family and all them. They all wicked. They all demons and wicked kind of shit. Yeah. Like how you know? Yeah. How you know? How you know what you believe is true? Yeah. Like that. Like all that stuff you believe as a kid. You know, Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, all that. And then I find out that all them things is pagan holidays. They wicked. And they had us doing that. Like churches had us doing that. Churches had us doing Easter eggs. Do y'all remember that? So you mean to tell me that the people that was in church when we were kids, they didn't know that these was pagan holidays? They didn't know. They didn't know. So y'all believe they didn't know that these was pagan holidays, huh? That Santa Claus, what he stands for is evil, killing kids, kidnapping kids, bringing them. You know, the sack was a setup. He was wicked. You know what I'm saying? Saint Nick was evil. You know what I'm saying? But they tie your soul existence to that shit during Christmas time. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like this about like accountability is my biggest thing now, because I gotta be accountable and hold myself accountable so I could push and be more disciplined and get where I want to get in this world. So everybody's gonna be held accountable. If I'm holding myself accountable, I'm holding everybody else accountable. I'm gonna start with myself. But right now we're gonna talk about how they led us to fire, how they flirting with God. They are. They flirting with God. Yep. Let me tell you why they flirting with God. Because I want to know why certain things about the Bible or certain things about the history of man and God and everything that got to do with the Bible and everything like that culture, as far as Christianity goes. Not just Christianity, but the history of how they teach us and how they try to scare us into not questioning stuff. Like, not now, like I got my cousins. I'll be on the phone in the messenger with them. They, God friend like me. But they are new age as far as they put things in perspective, though. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to them, we relate, and I can appreciate and understand their belief system as far as that go. I believe in God. I know it's a God, it's a creator, but I got reservations on everything else until I figure this shit out. Because everything is crazy. Like, I can't invest my spirit and energy into nothing until I do my investigation. And that's just what it is. Like, they be talking about, your soul, it's your soul on the line. This is all about your soul. That's why people walk around rich. And a lot of them got shit because it was like, fuck it, I want to live good now, right? So when your soul on the line, like me, I care about my shit. Like, my shit is everything to me. I'm not giving that shit up for nobody. Yeah, and you can document this, because fuck that. It's all or nothing when you after your flesh gone. Fuck that. So when I say that to say this, my soul is everything to me. I can't even play like that. You see what I'm saying? So because my soul is on the line, ain't nobody on this planet is gonna tell me I can't sit back and try to figure and make sure everything is on the up and up and everything is legit, and that everything that I'm following and that any doctrine that I even follow or study and I invest in, that is valid, right? Because why? Because